sports. What an intriguing game we've got for you tonight. One tremendous college player will be included in the lineup. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see Sacramento going up against Duke. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. They've got Nelson. Khalil Ware is out there with Johnson. Then it's Knipple, and it's Yang in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Blue Devils, they've got J.J. Redick. Hill out there with Boozer. Then there's Irving. And it's Williamson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here we go. And it's going to be Duke off the tip. Outside Hill. Back to Irving. There's three-pointers off the mark. Here's Sacramento. Nelson, the pass to Yang. The basket good off the assist from Nelson.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
Outside Boozer. On the wing, Irving. Outside, Redick. No good on the three. Johnson outside. Nelson from outside. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
The point guard, Nelson, an effective three-point shooter because he understands when to take that shot.
And Stan, we know Jalen Johnson comes from a basketball family.
Well, they did a great job, Kevin, of teaching him the game because Jalen Johnson can really play, and I'm sure everyone in his family is extremely proud of what he's doing in the NBA.
And it's Nelson with the ball, bringing it up now for Sacramento. It's a three-point game. Pass to Ware, three-pointer, and another three for Sacramento.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from him.
Now here's Hill, and it's Hill with the jam.
He is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Nelson against Irving. Has to Ware. Lets it go with the three. It's hauled in by Grant Hill.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Flag is checked in for Duke. Foster comes in for J.J. Redick. Nelson against Irving. With the drive over Nelson. Sacramento grabs the miss. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. Nelson's got 5 now.
Perfect feed. You make it easy on your teammates if you get it to them on time.
Now a timeout called by the Blue Devils.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
Yeah, right now, Coach needs to draw up his best play. Get some points and give this team some confidence.
A different look now for the Blue Devils. Marvin Bagley's checked in for Zion Williamson. Jason Tatum comes in for Boozer, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Irving. Here's Bagley. Pass to Foster. Fires away from outside. Sinks the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now Ware. Johnson, the pass to Yang. Sacramento moving it around. Bucket is good. He's got 7.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Outside Tatum. Out left to the wing. Down low. Outside for Redick. Got a piece of it. Pass to Tatum. Back to Redick. A different look now for the Blue Devils. Leitner's checked in for Bagley. Hill comes in for Jason Tatum. And Irving subbed in for Foster. Nelson looking around. Pass to Knippel. Johnson outside. Knippel wide open, and he fires. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one. And Jalen Johnson is already a nightly double-double threat, and his game, it just continues to expand.
Oh, look, Jalen Johnson, Kevin, is an all-star level guy. I mean, efficient on the offensive end, brings consistent energy every night, makes very few mistakes, and plays both ends of the floor.
Here's Ware, following the score by the Blue Devils. Yang pass it to Nelson. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Well, that's where you want to be, getting those easy money looks.
Now a timeout called by the Blue Devils.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just 1 or 2 major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
Different look now for the Blue Devils. Williamson is checked in for Leighton. Tatum comes in for Flagg. And Foster subbed in for J.J. Redick. Pass to Hill. Williamson outside. Here's Irving. Just 5 to shoot over Nelson. And another miss by the Blue Devils. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
Of the 2 offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
Well, I think it's because they're calling sets that really match up well with their personnel.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
And that comes off the assist by Jones. Nelson's got the lead up to 12 now for Sacramento. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones.
Better to be lucky than good. That pass was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged the bullet there.
Halt the run, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And the first half is now in the books. It's Sacramento. They lead by 12. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. It's been one outstanding game from Jameer Nelson.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
Kyrie Irving is out there with J.J. Redick. And it's Hill. Then there's Boozer. And it's Williamson in at the 5 down low. On the 4 for Sacramento. Avdia out there with Jones. Then there's Edgecombe. And it's Jameer Nelson. And it's Lloyd in at the small forward. Irving can't hit. Sacramento leading by 12. You know, Greg, when Kyrie elevates off the dribble, it's a work of art.
He makes it look so easy, but that fluidity is the result of countless hours in the gym and perhaps an innate gift for the extraordinary. Well, if you want to talk about upside, DJ Edgecombe has as much as anyone in this class, except for maybe the top pick, Cooper Flagg.
Here's Edgecombe, covered by Redick. Pass to Avdia. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. And Sacramento leads by 15. Outside Hill. Boozer up top. Plays it up and banks it in. Boozer's got his first bucket in this one.
Nice play by Boozer. Always seems to be in the right spot on the floor.
Pass to Edgecombe. Outside, Avdia. Drops in the tray. Avdia's got 5 points so far.
The coach has to be happy with that. Draw the defense, then swing it out for a good look at a trick.
Now a timeout called by the Blue Devils. Foster's checked in for Grant Hill. And it's the Blue Devils with the ball. They trail by 16. Foster is screen on Cheeks. Irving way outside. And another miss by Duke. Here's Knipple. Again, Sacramento.
Well, I'm not sure what he was thinking there, but he drained it.
Foster is screen on Cheeks. Irving attacking, and the slam dunk by Irving.
On the drive, Irving just so dynamic. The defense doesn't know what to do to contain it.
Pass to Knipple. To the left wing. Shoots over Foster. Knipple, no good. Duke trails by 16.
Sacramento foul.
Now a timeout called by the Blue Devils.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, they just have to be more patient. Less forcing and more passing.
Here's Irving. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson.
Some of the fastest hands in the league right now. Kyrie knowing he has to get rid of it.
Here's Knipple. Yang covered by Williamson. Yeah, count it.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Cheeks with it. Boozer picks him up. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Look at that rim protection. He just erased that shot.
Knocks down the three ball. And that's now 7 points for Knipple.
That's his shot. When Knipple gets any sliver of breathing room from deep, he's going to fire.
Here's Boozer in the post. He's defended by Ware. They get it back. Cheeks the pass to Yang. Here's Ware. Another three for Sacramento.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
And another miss by the Blue Devils. Sacramento leading by 22. Here's Yang, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Floats it up for Williamson. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession.
The defense will take that miscommunication. Not even close.
Nelson's checked in for Cheeks. So it's Sacramento now. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Pass to Ware from the arc. Grant Hill grabs the miss. No good again that time. Johnson at the elbow. It's stolen by Hill. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. Who's controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And it's Nelson with the ball, bringing it up now for Sacramento. To the middle, here's Ware. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
The play does its job, getting someone free to fire off the shot.
Outside Hill. Outside Boozer. Pass to Williamson. There's 21 seconds left in the second half of basketball. Here's Sacramento. Well, this one is winding down now. Sacramento can run out the clock. Shoots the three and Knipple, the bucket on the assist by Johnson.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
And so it's Sacramento easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that about wraps it up. For Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We thank you for watching. And now...